This is the NDK Arts P.Oni, or the P.Oni. So I've been flipping this thing for about 24 hours, about a day, and I can pretty much say that I really enjoy this thing. It's polymer, I'm pretty sure, some kind of plastic. I'm pretty sure it's polymer though, because I think that's what the P and the P.Oni stands for. But yeah, I can tell that it's actually pretty good. It's a lot better than the Squee lineup in my opinion. Just for the pure factor that it's just so many good things about this. Like, for one, it's longer and bigger all around. Second of all, I mean, it just has a much better balance. Like, it's not handle biased. Well, it is handle biased. So let's see if it's handle biased. Yeah, it's a little handle biased. And there's a car coming. Watch them freaking give me a hard time for putting a knife on my property. He just gave me a weird look, is all I did. Okay. That's all. That was funny though. Anyway, so this is better than Squee, like I said, for a lot of different reasons. Like I said, for one, is that it has it's a lot bigger and it has a better balance. I think the Squee lineup is more handle biased than really anything. I mean, this thing, it has a lot more tip weight than, let's say, the OG Squee, because that thing is anything but blade bias, or it's anything but neutral or blade biased. Nothing has no tip weight. This thing has an interesting tang pin system, which makes it, like a line going through it, which makes it pretty handle biased. Well, not handle biased at all. It makes it relatively neutral for what it is. I would say, okay, the Squee has maybe the little metal or the really hardened plastic nipple thing right here. On this, it just has a line for the tang pin system going throughout the entire knife, which gives it a lot more tip weight. I'm kind of triggering people by putting this on the concrete as I just throw it on the concrete again. By the way, this thing kind of makes an okay beater because it's plastic and it doesn't really get much harm. But yeah, so this knife, it is handle biased, but it's not a ridiculous amount of handle bias. I would say it's more of, it's pretty good. Like I said, the interesting tang pin system, you can see the line right there. It gives it more tip weight, like I said. There's some bolts down at the bottom. Oh, I did kind of scatter it right there. But yeah, so a little weight test. It's leaning more this way than it is this way. Which, if it was leaning to the right, it would indicate that son of a gun. It would indicate that it is more blade bias or neutral. But no, this thing is definitely handle biased, but it's not a bad handle bias, like I said. It's more or less just a, it's a neutral with a slight handle bias, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so like I said, two of the reasons why I like this thing a lot more is because, one, it's bigger, and two, or B, whatever, it's just, it's got a better balance to it. And the other thing that I really like about this knife is, I wouldn't even consider this thing a knife. Because, it's literally, look at this thing. Just look at this thing. It's not a knife. Or not even a trainer to begin with. So much to the point where I would not even call it a knife. Like I just said. Are you really gonna, give someone a hard time in public for flipping this thing? Personally, if I didn't know what a balisong was, or a butterfly knife, then I absolutely would consider this someone flipping a skill toy, a rubber fidget toy, because, this is really all it is. That's what I would call it, just because, look at it. It's, like I said, it's not, I don't know if it's a rubber, but it's definitely a polymer, because, look at this, this thing's very bendable, and okay, and a little tolerance test to show you how bendable it is, let's see here. okay, the tolerance test. This thing is rubber and bendable, or polymer, whatever. It's bendable, so you won't be able to, really entirely get any no play or no tap out of this, which is not the goal. But anyway. Yeah, come on. Yeah, there's really no getting no play out of this, which is not the point. By the way, here's another sound test. Yeah, it's got like no sound to it. Funny thing about this, you can actually make it have handle slap. So squeeze the handles real quick. Frick, hold on. Yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah, so my thoughts on the P.Oni, it's good. It's a lot better than the school day lineup, in my opinion. For all the reasons I listed earlier, and I'm gonna hop on my phone real quick because I can see that display a lot better. So I'm on my pocket too right now. So I'll be right back. Okay, so on the phone now. So like I was saying, it's a lot better than the school day lineup for all the reasons I listed. Long story short, better. It's longer and bigger, which in my opinion is better, just because it has more weight to the whole thing. It's got a better balance. Second of all, and third of all, I would not even call this a knife. It's more of a fidget toy. Like I said, and this thing actually has okay grip on it. Like, first of all, it's entirely rubber. So much not entirely rubber, but it's entirely polymer. I'm gonna sit down real quick. By the way, who else's mom does this? Just like as soon as it enters like a burr month, fall stuff everywhere. Anyway, so yeah, for all the reasons I listed, it's better than Sway lineup. The third reason was because, to the point I would not even call this a battle song. I would call this a rubber skill toy, or a rubber fidget toy, because it's literally entirely polymer, or like a special type of rubber. If you okay, it's so much to the point, I would literally flip this in school, which I did today, and no one questioned me about it. Then again, my principal didn't see me, but I don't think she would care, because if I got stopped by her, I would literally just say, this is literally a fidget. This is literally like a rubber skill fidget toy, because that's literally what it is. And then I would literally purposely bend it. How is that not convincing enough? If that's not convincing enough, then that's own problems. But yeah. Anyway, entirely rubber, polymer, bend it, all that kind of stuff. I like it so much better than the squeal lineup for so many different reasons. And if I could go on, this video would be 10 minutes long, probably longer than that, because I just really enjoy this knife a lot more than the squeal lineup. Like I've said like a million times, which I'm gonna try to stop saying now, just because I have ran in the ground. But anyway, the flippability of this knife is really, really good. I was gonna say it's better than squeal lineup, but that was gonna be. I just said I was shut up about it, so I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say it one more time. It's a lot better than this flippability is a lot better than squeal lineup. There, final time saying it, I promise. It's just like the balance, everything, the grip. This thing actually has jimping. Okay, so let me go ahead and go close up view. So, it has front jimping right here, which help with, I would say, some fans, more like choker fans, kind of, choker fans. Go right view again. And also, the entire thing is just grippy because it's rubber. There's a bee. Hello. I actually think that's a dirt hour. Never mind. It's on my window. But anyway, this thing right here, there's jimping pretty much going down the entire thing. This thing is not. I would not call it jimping. I would just call it holes for extra grip, because that's literally what it is. I go close up view just so you can see it better. Those are holes, but I know rider flips called them jimping. Me personally, I would not call them jimping, just because it's not really jimping. I would call this jimping. for anything. But these things, the holes, they help a lot, especially, well, not a lot, but they do help, especially with the whole thing being rubber. I can ladder pretty consistently on this thing. Because, you know, rubber, everything. So, yeah. Anyway, I just like it. Like I said, I've had it for about 24 hours, maybe a little bit less than that. Literally, I woke up at like, I don't know, I don't remember what time I woke up, but I woke up and then this was arrived at my door, not at my door, at my mailbox. So I went and get out of my mailbox, and then I had to do some stuff for a while. So I got the package. Like I knew what it is. I knew what it was. I was like, I'm not gonna make a video right now. I'm kind of too tired too, and I kind of want to have more enthusiasm. So I just stood on my bed. I was doing stuff that I need to do. I was done around 3 to 5, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna make an unboxing video because I would do so much more stuff. I would talk about so much more stuff than actually unboxing the freaking thing, and I would do so much stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I unboxed it on my own, and then I posted a new trainer day pic and a little flipping clip on my Instagram. If not following that, link in the description. But yeah, when I got it out of the package, I started flipping it. I could immediately tell that it was different than I thought it was, in a good way. Just because I immediately, like, it's better than any plastic trainer I've ever flipped. I know some people will probably have mixed opinions on it just because it's rubber and polymer, but I honestly just like it a lot better than really any plastic trainer. Just because, you know, for all the reasons I listed at the beginning of the video. Yeah, this thing can pretty much rip any trick you throw at it, really. It is a little light, which makes it a little hard to maneuver to some degree. But with it being long and grippy, it doesn't affect it too much. I can do behind the 8-ball, I can do index rollover, a thumb rollover, shortstop, even though it's like a shortstop, so I just do this type of thing. You know, just like, you know, just pretty much everything I really do on a knife. Like I said, I can throw some lighters at it, and it will pretty much do them automatically. I can do scissors as well. I can do chaplains. Chaplains feel a little sticky, not gonna lie, but I can still do them perfectly fine. They're not like a huge problem. Z chokers, they do feel a little funky just because the extra long handles. If you're wondering how long this thing is compared to, let's say, I'll actually go get a Squiddy real quick, and then I'll crack in it, and I'll do a little size comparison. So flip to that clip. Future me, flip to that clip. Anyway, yeah, I'll show you guys. Okay, so first of all, before this clip starts, I apologize for the lack of smoothness. My room is not well lit. Actually, lamp on. There we go. Should have fixed it a little bit. But yeah, so here's the P.Oni next to pretty much all of the knives. Here's next to a Squiddy C. As you can see, it's quite a bit. Let's see here, line it up perfectly. It's about a pivot and a half. Let's see here. No, where's my camera doing? There we go. It's about a pivot and a half, you know, longer than a Squiddy C. By the way, the Squiddy C, you know, I haven't done too much flipping with this thing, but it's still all around good knife. I like it. Here's next to the Kraken. Let's line it up real quick. Line it up perfectly. That's perfect. That's how I'm gonna get it. And there we go. So it's about, you know, like the kind of like the Squiddy, but a Kraken. You know, about a pivot and a half longer. So yeah. Anyway, not to mention, let me actually get down on the floor. I'm on my bed right now. Here, and my AirPods are right there. So, not to mention, this is how long this is. Let's just go on this one real quick. Here's the overall length. Let's see here. Yeah, the P.Oni blade is quite a bit, well, about an inch or two longer than the Squiddy C, and it's about an inch longer than the Kraken blade. So it's pretty much longer than really anything. But yeah, I still really like my Kraken, of course. It's like, you know, my favorite one. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys the P.Oni that I got and my thoughts on it for the past 24 hours. I'd have to give this thing about pretty much a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Just because, you know, lack of jimping. Well, there are like 3 or 4 like, you know, missing points. Lack of jimping. And I feel like it could be a little bit shorter, but you know, it's actually pretty good. So yeah. Anyway, that's all my thoughts and my opinions on it. Yeah, sorry this video was kind of a little bit lengthy. I just really like this trainer that I got. So yeah. Anyway, before I end the video, Blue, do you have anything to say about this? Do you have anything to say? What are you doing back there, dude? What are you doing back there? He loves those like shiny forks, as you can tell. Anyway, see you guys later. Yeet.